Hi there guys, Bowlington here, and today I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Feed the Beast. At the end of last episode, I said that I was going to be going back to the Twilight Forest. Well, that's not exactly what's going to be happening. I've decided, actually, I went back to that tower in the Twilight Forest and kind of looked at how much I had left, and I came to the conclusion that it was going to take more than like one episode to do that, so I'm only actually 3 episodes, not including this one, away from another hour-long episode. So I'm thinking that the next episode, the next hour-long episode, I'll just go ahead and go do the Twilight Forest then, because that will give me plenty of time to conquer that tower and just get the Twilight Forest out of the way with the stuff I really want to do at the moment. And then we will, things will be all good. This is actually getting overloaded, which is kind of annoying because I put an extra extractor in here to try and handle all the overflow that it was getting, and I also made a ton more overclockers with this. But does it seem like I might need to take some overclockers out. That might actually fix the problem. Oh dear, I need to get my power sorted out. But on the note of power, today I'm gonna show you guys some of the stuff that I've been working on, and it's pretty awesome, and it's gonna get a lot of stuff moving. I don't know if you can see it on the mini map up there, but we have lots and lots of solar panels. Yes, I have been crafting solar panels like a boss, and I actually now have a completed solar array on the top of my roof. Oh, it's nice and shiny, isn't it? Well, now that this is complete, and the next step is going to be moving all of these to low voltage solar arrays, which I've actually done out over on the quarry, which we'll go to that in a minute because I'm quite happy with the way the quarries are running right now. You might have noticed that I added a second MFE. The way that it was working was that the bat boxes that I had here were, because the bat boxes only output 32 energy per tick, I always had power, technically, but I never had large reserves of it because the bat boxes was only output, so the one bat box that was connected here to this entire side was only outputting 32 energy per tick, and it wasn't doing very well. I tested it by bypassing that with a piece of glass fiber cable, and it almost tripled the energy output because it was just raw energy coming from the solar panels into the MFE. So this MFE almost never loses any power now. All of the power comes out of this one, but this one's completely full, which is scary because both of my farms over there are running, all of my extractors are running, and all of the stuff that was, I believe I had everything smelting down here. I think that was running. But actually, I can also probably go ahead and turn my farms back on. There we go. Because I've got a lot of power now. Oh, I left. Is that glass fiber cable? Whatever. I'll probably forget it's there, but I do need to take a bunch of this wheat out of here because I've got just loads and loads of wheat. There we go. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll go drop this off, and then we will go upstairs and we will look at the stuff that I've been working on, which is it's awesome. I will tell you right now, it is flippin' awesome how all the stuff is going right now. So we'll go ahead and we'll go upstairs and take a look at it. And I would like to give a shout out to the B-Man 712. He had best comment I've seen in a while. In terms of how helpful it was. He told me about these blue blocks right here. These are a block from the Zycraft mod, and if you know anything about that mod, you'll know what they are. They are fabricators, and fabricators are like auto crafting tables, but not terrible. They actually interface with red power correctly, and the coolest thing about them is that they don't have to have items pumped into them constantly. They will draw any items that they need from an adjacent chest. So this one is actually, it's been drawing, because there's only one item in here, every single one of the blocks that goes in here, every 8 blocks, it goes ahead and makes an iron furnace. This one, it's got the raw ingredients in it. So basically, I can use my sorting system that I had. All I have to do is just throw all of the raw ingredients in here, which was the original plan. Then they will go into these chests, stack up, and then when I flip the switch, Oh, that was anticlimactic. There we go. Now we have solar panels, and I'm actually going to take this back down to 2. So the way this will work is exactly the way I intended it originally. So if you look over here, it will sit here and it will pump out solar cells. So the only reason I had it stopped was so that I could show you guys what it was going to be like. But from now on, I can just let it run. It can sit here and it will do its thing and make solar cells as long as it has ingredients. And I've made lots and lots of ingredients for it. So it's basically ready to go. And see, it just cranks out solar panels. So happy with this. Thank you, B-Man. That is freaking awesome. I'm so glad that you told me about this. I do have a basic copper cable plant over here, but I found that if I stack the items correctly in this chest, if I go copper wire, rubber, copper wire, rubber, copper wire, if I alternate like that, this will, okay, so for the next run, I would have to put in the chest, I would start with the copper wire. So that would put 64 copper wire in here one at a time, and then this would drop down to 1, and then it would alternate, and you could probably figure out how that works. It works really well, so I didn't really tear it out because I kind of like looking at it work. But yeah, this is fantastic. I've got a solar cell factory that works really well now, and let's see if we need. Yeah, it's gonna tick over. But I do have a bunch of... Oh, yeah, I was going to go ahead and put these in there. Don't need any refined iron at the moment, so I'll go ahead and put some of those in the way. Oh, dang it. I was stupid. There we go. So that will work, and I've added gold pipes into here just to kind of speed things up and get them to the areas that they need to go in. Very cool, very cool. Thank you very much. And from this point out, it's going to make it really easy to upgrade all of my stuff on the roof to low voltage solar arrays, which for every one low voltage solar array, that's 8. That's the equivalent of 8 solar panels that are up there. So by changing all of the panels up there to low voltage solar arrays, I will be timesing the output by 8 for every single one of the solar panels, which is cool. So that's something to look forward to, and I can go ahead and start doing that. The only problem now, since that's completely automated, is I'm running out of resources fairly quickly. But thankfully, my quarry situation is going to be helping me with that, because the quarries are actually just getting down to the level where they're getting some supplies. Before we go there, I've actually made a couple changes down here. I believe that this is working, but I was having a problem with the router backing up. For some reason, it doesn't like marble, and I don't have a place on the wall for bees, because bees don't really work. They don't really stack except for the drones, so you got all the princesses that are just there. So I've added a filter with the various bees and saltpeter, which is potassium nitrate, if I remember correctly, in real life. That showed up in my chest randomly. I don't know what it's from, what mod it's from, or what it's used for, but it's there. And I put some marble in here. So every tick of this, hopefully, it will pull all of these items out and stick them in the chest. So that could be helpful, and I'm hoping that will stop this thing from clogging up, because if it clogs up, then it starts to have backup in the system, and it's no bueno. So there we go. So, okay, the piece de resistance. We're going to go and look at the quarries. Now, I'm really happy with the layout of the quarries, and there's something that I'm going to be able to easily translate back over. So here we are. These are my 4 massive quarries. I was completely wrong about the maximum size that you could have for quarries. You can actually go up to 64 blocks, including the frame. So you've got 62 block square area of workable space that the quarry can mine. So I've maximized that. We can actually go over to where I had my quarries before, and I can show you what the difference in size is. So yeah, this is quarry before, that's quarry after. And I keep in mind that I have 4 of these running. Now this one is actually the reason I put this one over the other areas is because I kind of want this entire wasteland to be uniform, and I really didn't do that with the first set of quarries. But I'm kind of try and rectify that by having it take away this area right here that's bad, and then eventually I'm going to find a way to cover everything up and just act like it's not there. So yeah, so this is the original quarry that I had. The one that actually you can see it. The mini map is a really good illustration. Let me see if I can get someplace. Oh yeah, That's pretty close. So I hope you can see that. But this quarry is actually 4.5 times the size of this one, and I have 4 of these quarries running. They're massive, and they're gonna give me so many supplies, and I love it. I'm already considering that it's probably gonna give me roughly 3 or 4 stacks of diamonds, so that should be awesome. And I'm really glad about the way that I've set it up. It's very efficient, and it makes maximum use of all of the engines that go on the quarries. So the quarries all move at their maximum speed. I've got 4 electrical engines on each one hooked up to this solar array. And this is actually what the low voltage solar array looks like. Each one of these is... That's weird. Where is it getting light? I don't know. But, oh, and the quarries have actually all stopped because it's nighttime, and I've been being really good about setting it back to day, but they use up a huge amount of power, so I don't really blame them if they use it up all at night. But each one of those low voltage solar arrays that's over here is 8 solar panels. So this is 8, 16, 32, and so on. So I've got a lot of power coming through this. So you'll look, this one is actually going up that fast while powering all 4 quarries, and this is my backup power. So basically, I've got this thing kind of wired up so that this is the master. This is the master cable right here, and I actually had a glass fiber cable here that I don't know what happened to it, which is very strange. I don't know, but it's the way I've got it worked out is so that if I can let them both charge up, I can turn all the quarries off and let them both charge up, and then I can flip the switch and it will turn off the output for this one, so I can just run on 1 MFE and then do it that way. But they were during the daytime. There's no power problem. The deficit is minimal, and actually I can turn that off, and this one will go ahead and fill up, so we can see how fast it fills up. Really. So yeah, this fills up really fast. So think about what my roof is going to be like when I replace all of the solar panels up there with these. These are going to be awesome. These are going to be so epic. Love it. I love it. But the thing that I'm proud about with this setup is that the way I've laid it out, it's going to make it really, really easy for me to move it over when these run down to bedrock. So basically all I have to do is I have to go over here. I believe this is a 5-block space. Yeah, 5-block space between here, and then I think this is a 10-block space. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we got 13 here, 13 in the middle, and 5 wide. And this is a really good setup. So all I have to do when these quarries run down to bedrock is I come over here, count out 5 across. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count out right here. Go ahead and count out my 64 by 64. Drop the landmarks down in all 4 sides. So I'll have two new quarries here. Then I can come over to the edge of those quarries, drop down 2 more quarries, and clean the area up and drop my machinery down. It's actually very, very easy to move this all up, and especially now that I have low voltage solar arrays and I'm not having to break 30 or 40 solar panels, I can just break the 9 or so. I think it's 6, 12, 13. I can just break the 13 low voltage solar arrays and just move them over very easily. So that's very cool. I'm liking this setup very well. And I've actually got one other thing to show you guys before we call it a day, because I've spent a couple hours. A couple hours is an understatement. I've spent like 12 hours over the last few days in this world working on this stuff. And the reason I've had so much time and I can't do anything else is because I've actually got a staph infection, which is, yeah, I won't go any further, but it's not fun and it's not good. I can't do very much because I have to worry about passing it on to people and stuff like that. So I'm on antibiotics, so it'll clear up in a couple weeks. But just keep that in mind. If I don't put any content up, it's probably because I'm not feeling very well. But anyways, Feed the Beast is keeping me sane at the moment, which is nice. Oh yeah, got a bunch of solar panels. So let's go ahead and move the gravy train on. We'll go ahead and we'll go look at my updated spawner. And I call it updated because I took the advice of some of you guys, and I went and filled a soul shard with Enderman. Enderman. That was anticlimactic. There's a beehive in the way. I filled it with Enderman. Now, I went and looked up what distance it took Endermen to die because I don't really want their experience. I just want the Ender Pearls from them because Ender Pearls are used for a lot of different things. And Ender Pearls are also used for energy tesseracts because actually they're used for all kinds of tesseracts. But you need molten Ender Pearls, so you have to melt the Ender Pearls down. So you need quite a few of them. But for some reason, they don't die when they fall here. This is actually 28 blocks, and they're supposed to die at 27 blocks. So I made it one farther than what they're supposed to be able to survive, and they still survive somehow. So we'll go ahead and we'll flip it on, and it's got a pretty fast spawn rate. So if we sit here and watch them spawn, they'll just go down there and hang out. And I've also made this little area down here that I can spawn in, that I can sit in and let them accumulate in the spawner, and then when I'm ready for them, let's go ahead and oops, let's go ahead and turn that down. Okay, hopefully that'll stop, but good God, I hate their sounds. Oh, they're just so obnoxious. But the main reason that I wanted to show you guys all this on camera is because it's really crazy when this whole thing with the spawner fills up. So actually, I'm gonna do a treat for you guys. I'm gonna cut ahead for a couple minutes and let the spawner fill up, and then we're gonna clean it out, and it's worth it, trust me. So I will see you guys in a few. All right, we are back. This is actually only like 2 minutes at most into the future from when I cut back. And you can just see that it's just a wall, a solid wall of Endermen. I could barely even see the floor. And there are actually so many of them in here that most of them are suffocating and dying because there's no room for them. So now we're gonna do my favorite part. We're just gonna go and we're gonna railgun everybody. And I'm gonna show you how many Ender Pearls we get from this. It's actually pretty ridiculous. And the only problem that I've found with having an Enderman spawner is that the blasted things take blocks from everywhere. Like, I had this spawner and I built it, and then I didn't realize that they could take blocks while they were falling, but they can. And I came back like 5 minutes later, and there was pieces of my entire spawner missing. There were like little little dirt blocks and little regular stone blocks and stuff missing everywhere. So I've changed as much of it as I can to cobblestone, because cobblestone is something that they can't pick up, which is nice. So now we're actually going to have to... Oh, God. This is the only downside. I need to reset the area... Or what is it? No, I need to reset the switch so that I can turn it off from down there. But yeah, so that's... let's actually do this the way I figured out how to do it. So you can go up in this corner with my railgun and sit there and pick them off. Because for some reason, they're hostile when they come... immediately when they come out of the spawner, they are hostile, which is a pain. Alright, so this is the treat that I gave you guys. We're gonna sit here. Look at all this experience. It's like a plague. Oh my God. Hang on. Where am I? This is where I need to be. Look at it. It's almost like a sentient being or something. It follows me. It's actually, you know what it reminds me of? It's a Doctor Who reference. It reminds me of Nanogenes from the one where they're in London during the Blitz, and there's the thing that has a gas mask for a face, keeps asking for its mummy. It's exactly what these remind me of, is Nanogenes. So there you go. There's my Doctor Who reference for the episode. But it's just, you can sit here and just soak this experience up for ages. And I've got like 64 levels, which I completely need to go and turn into books, but I haven't done it yet. So there you go. And I've just got oodles and oodles of poodles now. I've got oodles and oodles of, what are they called? Ender Pearls. And we'll go look. I've actually, because I'm killing them in this spawner, because I'm killing them in the spawner, all of the Ender Pearls drop along with the Minium Stones. And actually, there's not as many as I thought there'd be, but there's quite a few of them. But that's a lot of Ender Pearls, actually, because when you think about how hard it is to hunt Endermen, good God, that's just, no. I'm glad I have a spawner that I can do that with. So we'll go ahead and go throw these in the barrel, and then we'll call it an episode, because I've shown off quite a bit, And I'm not quite sure what I want to do next episode or for next episode. That totally didn't work. Oh no, no, Ender Pearls! Why you betrayed me? Okay, there we go. I forgot that right clicking them with the Ender Pearls just just teleports you. All right, so I have to do it this way. So yeah, I've got almost 600 Ender Pearls, so I'm pretty set as far as Ender Pearls go. But yeah. So that's all the stuff I've done so far. Episode 30 will be in the Twilight Forest, so we'll get that knocked out. Feel free to let me know what you think I should do for next episode. And I do want to remind you guys that I read all of the comments. So if you think that I'm not reading what you're writing, I actually read all of the comments. I don't get enough of them that it's a problem for me to read all of them. So if you have something you want to say, suggestions or anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments and I will read it. I don't always have the time to respond to everything, but I do read all the comments every time I put up a video. So you guys can take note of that. And yep, until next episode, I would like to thank you guys for watching. For Feed the Beast, this is Bowlington, signing off.